You're watching Color 10 News at 10 in high definition.
Firefighters tonight are reviewing their procedures after the deaths of 19 men in Arizona. Good evening, I'm Ashley Katz.
And I'm David Oliver. Good to have you along this evening. Members of an elite wildfire unit died yesterday while battling the Yarnell Hill fire near Phoenix. Investigators believe tonight the wind suddenly shifted there, sending the flames toward the men. It's the largest number of firefighters killed now at one time since 9/11. And tonight, new at 10, our Kevin Schwaller found a group of Missouri firefighters could get called out west. He's live in Greene County with more right now.
Yeah, we're at the Logan Rogersville Station 1 here. That's because firefighters let us see one of these, a fire shelter. This is the case. It goes in here, and here's what it looks like once you take it out. To me, it looks like about the size of a sleeping bag. It's 6 feet long. Firefighters go inside one of these. It's supposed to protect them from what's called the radiant heat. So this isn't supposed to be in direct flame. And firefighters trained to get into one of these things fast.
I'm going up to Alaska. They got some fires going on up there.
Just Register is preparing for a firefighting trip, working on the communication side. He's an assistant fire management officer with the Forest Service in Ava, Missouri, and one of several wildland firefighters here.
Just waiting for the call
that could help out west.
There's about 12 of us that are available right now to go out nationally.
Register says he travels with about a 20-pound bag. And there's one thing in here he hopes never to have to take out. This is his fire shelter.
Put their feet in it like this. Be able to hold with your left and right hand and put your head up over like this. Get down like that. You could be in here up to an hour and a half.
This is the final option for survival and what the firefighters in Arizona apparently tried to use.
You seal the bottom off and supposedly that'll give you the good air underneath.
The deaths in Arizona remind him of his years of training.
It's a brotherhood.
And the danger that comes with the job.
And I just feel for the family and the friends of the firefighters.
And in danger, it's that training and planning that will help Register and others survive the flames. Register says that wildland firefighters check these shelters fairly often. He also says that after training, a firefighter should be able to get into one of these things in less than 30 seconds. Reporting live in Greene County, Kevin Schwaller, Color 10 News.
Thanks, Kevin. Alcohol, meanwhile, could be sold at certain events during this month's Ozark Empire Fair. That's if fair organizers have their way. They went before City Council tonight, along with several citizens, to give their support of this idea.
Having concerts like we're trying to promote and staying competitive, we need to be able to have that economic advantage.
I think this is a very logical and appropriate step, and I think it will help enhance the fair opportunity.
This was the first reading of this proposal. No one spoke out against the move during public comment. Liquor sales, though, have been allowed at the fairgrounds for other events since March, but the fair itself was excluded. General Manager Aaron Owen says if approved, alcohol consumption would be restricted to the grandstand area, a VIP area, and the wine tasting location. Alcohol would not be allowed out on the Midway. City Council member Cindy Rufshevsky says she had previously opposed to liquor sales at the family events there, but says the fair is taking this responsibility seriously.
In this case, I think there are reasonable precautions being taken and reasonable limitations. I've never been opposed to wine tastings because I think that's a legitimate and well-established way to promote Missouri wineries, which are a valuable part of our agriculture.
We'll have our Springfield police officers here. We have those anyway. We'll increase the quantity of those. We also have event staffing that we've been working with since February, since we started having adult beverages here at the fair. Those folks will be here as well. They're trained. Our staff has all been trained as well.
Owen also says there have not been any problems at the other events where alcohol has been allowed.
Jamie Warner's in our weather lab tonight. Doesn't seem to be too many problems with the weather in the Ozarks this evening.
Yeah, it really does not get much nicer than this. Here in the heart of the summer season at the beginning of July. I know the calendar says July, but it doesn't feel like it outside. Highs, lows even, almost 10 degrees below normal. This is the coolest July the 1st since 2007. And it's a rare thing to have the sun that we had today and have afternoon highs only around 80 after a morning low of 59 degrees. Usually when you have temperatures that cool, you had clouds and you had rain. We just didn't see much of that today, with the exception of a few showers to the east. Also, this compares to last year very favorably. Last year, on this date, we set a record high at 99 degrees. There's a look at the very pleasant readings across the area from this afternoon. Outside right now, it's quiet. There have been a few passing showers. Those have since dropped to the south through northern Arkansas. We're pretty much rain-free now. Temperatures cooling through the 60s, and we're going to drop into the 50s tonight. We'll start off in the mid to upper 50s tomorrow morning. You might need a light jacket on the second day of July. Afternoon highs tomorrow, again struggling to get close to 80.
Jamie, thanks. The Greene County Extension Office tonight wants to remind you about storm dangers. We experienced just severe weather last week, and tonight there was an event promoting safe rooms in homes and businesses. The National Climatic Data Center ranked all 50 states to see which ones received the most tornadoes per year, and Missouri ranked 9th. Arkansas was 13th.
If the sirens are going, you can go into that room locked down and not have any worries about being able to survive the storm.
Storm shelters can cost between $5,000 and $8,000 for a home and up to $13,000 for a small business. Another danger, of course, this time of year is drowning. The Missouri State Water Patrol reports 16 people have died in the state already this year. Drowning can often be quiet and look undramatic from the surface.
They can go from a distressed swimmer, whether it's a leg cramp or fear or whatever, just the inability to swim quickly, into an active drowning victim, and then they go into that water quickly.
Somebody who is actively drowning can't call for help at all. Flapping of the arms, their position in the water is going to be primarily vertical and not horizontal. They are going to be in a still spot and not making forward progress anymore. And there'll be some commotion and some splashing and maybe going above and below the surface of the water.
I should mention it's the Highway Patrol that reports the number of deaths from drowning in our state this year. By the way, lifeguards say it's extremely important in lakes, especially to make sure life jackets are worn, and always swim with another person. If you jump in to help someone grab a flotation device, that person is going to often be desperate to grab onto something, and they don't want you to be pulled down as well.
New at 10, in one Ozarks community, city government offices are closed, and it has nothing to do with the upcoming 4th of July holiday. A government shutdown began today in Fair Grove. The turmoil began 1 month ago from now, that was when the Board of Aldermen voted to impeach Mayor Tim Smith. Color 10's Laura Kennedy is here to break down everything that has happened since then. Laura?
On Friday, the city's elected leaders did not agree on a budget, and yesterday's deadline passed. So today, Fair Grove is operating under limited government. It's a quiet Monday at Fair Grove City Hall. The city clerk is the only employee working in the office. The streets are quiet, empty of the sounds of sweepers or mowers. The Public Works Department is shut down. Because the City Council failed to pass a budget by the June 30th deadline, only essential employees are on the clock beginning July 1.
In an email to the newsroom, Mayor Tim Smith said because it's critical to the city, police will continue monitoring the streets even during the shutdown.
Neither the mayor nor the Board of Aldermen would go on camera to explain the impasse, but in an email to the news team, board member Carla Stafford stated she's upset about a history of what she called misused street tax money. In his email, Mayor Smith stated, "I'm completely in the dark about Stafford's motives in holding our city hostage with her single vote. Most of the Fair Grove residents we spoke with were unaware of the situation. The shutdown will be in effect until a budget is passed."
Wastewater treatment employees were also allowed to work during the shutdown. The City Board of Aldermen and the mayor will be holding a special meeting tomorrow night to try again to pass that budget. The public is welcome to attend. The meeting starts at 6:30.
And we will see what happens next. Laura, thanks. In Springfield, it now costs more for sewer service. Today, the rate went up. The average cost for a household is now $26.27 a month. The increase is the next phase in a series of increases now approved by the City Council here in Springfield back in May of 2011. The rates will go up each July through 2016. The city says higher rates are necessary to pay for state and federally mandated improvements to our city's wastewater collection and treatment systems. You can, though, save some cash at the gas pump. Prices are down about 10 cents right now from last week, according to MissouriGasPrices.com. The statewide average is $3.29. It's about $3.24 in Springfield right now. The national average is $3.50.
A Monette man is facing 5 to 20 years in prison for receiving child porn over the internet. Today, Donald Rise pleaded guilty in federal court. Rise was initially identified by an investigation in Germany, where authorities were looking into a website used to distribute child pornography. That led to American computers that had downloaded images from that website. Rise's sentencing date has not been set. A school bus driver from the Ozarks is charged with statutory rape tonight. 25-year-old Brandon Baker of Houston is accused of having sex with one of the students he drove to school. Baker was a bus driver for the Houston R1 school district. Now, if convicted, Baker could be sentenced 10 years to life in prison. A woman who was once the vice president of a school parent-teacher association now admits she stole money from that organization. Jordan Joy Peck pleaded guilty as part of an agreement with prosecutors. Peck took the money from the Wanda Gray Elementary PTA. An internal audit found nearly $2,000 was missing. She's scheduled to be sentenced in September and likely faces probation.
Being patriotic paid off for some local kids today.
The Flavor Teen and Justice Frog.
The sweet treat for being able to recite the Pledge of Allegiance, and we'd invite you to follow Color 10 on Facebook. You'll find us with that little Facebook icon. It's right there on OzarksFirst.com.
One nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good job.
It doesn't get more American than ice cream. Kids just like the girl you saw there earned a free scoop at College of the Ozarks today by reciting the Pledge of Allegiance by memory. Some even came out dressed in their flags and other patriotic clothes. It's all part of a nationwide program called I Pledge. Another event just like today's will be held at the College Creamery on the 4th. That is at the C of O's new student-run ice cream parlor.
This is the 150th anniversary of the Battle of Gettysburg, and Color 10 and our news partner KOZL will air a special called Remembering Gettysburg 150 Years. It details the critical fight during the Civil War and the lasting impact the conflict had on the town and the future of the United States. Also, the lessons Gettysburg still teaches today. Now, there are several times to watch this special show. The shows are here on Color 10 Wednesday night from 6:30 to 7. Then it airs on Channel 27 KOZL from 8:30 until 9 Wednesday night. There will be another showing on KOZL Thursday night from 10 until 10:30.
Well, you might have heard a big-name entertainer performed in Springfield today, but everyone can see it in just a few months. Magician Criss Angel was at JQH Arena. He was taping an episode for his new TV series on Spike TV. Here's a look at the crowd trying to get in to get a glimpse of him. Now, according to a Facebook posting, Angel attempted to make shrine elephants vanish. Only 400 people were let in to watch. Angel's series starts in October, though the exact date for the show has not been announced.
Jamie's back with our check on your Ozarks first forecast right now.
And right now we're actually working a little magic on the weather, right? We're making that high electricity bill vanish. You don't even have to use the AC when conditions are as they are today and as they will be in the days to come. Cool weather pattern for July to talk about, and we will coming up.
And now weather with Color 10 News Chief Meteorologist Jamie Warner.
I was outside about 30 minutes ago, and I just wanted to stay outside. It is so nice out there. Hard to believe it's the first day of July. Let's take a look at the numbers right now. 65 degrees, and this is what's making it feel so good at night and during the day, and that is the low relative humidity, the low dew point. When you've got dew points in the low 50s in July, you know you've got a nice weather pattern. Winds out of the north at 7 miles per hour. Here's a big picture look at the United States out west and the southwest. Of course, the big story has been the heat. Incredibly high temperatures. Areas like Death Valley yesterday hitting a high of 128 degrees, all-time June record high, and only a few degrees really off of the all-time record high for the globe, 134 degrees also set in Death Valley. And that's all compliments of a high pressure area in the atmosphere that's located right there. Now, a lot of times this time of the year, that ridge, which we usually call the heat pump this time of the year, is actually centered further east across the plains. That's where it was last year when we were just baking under that summer sunshine and we were dealing with afternoon highs in the upper 90s and low 100s. But this year, different weather pattern. That high out west, you got to go over the high with a jet stream pattern, and then it dives down the eastern side of it, and it's carved out an area of low pressure in the atmosphere, and that's why we've got this swirl of clouds and showers just to the east of the Ozarks. And that area of low pressure in the atmosphere also locking the area into a cooler pattern upstairs in the atmosphere, and also at the surface. The flow at the surface is from north to south right out of Canada. So the pipeline is open for cool Canadian air to drop very far south for this time of the year, and that's why it feels so great outside. Temperatures running about 10 degrees below normal. This upper level low to the east will gradually be working toward the west, and eventually it will fill and lift out of the area. And once that happens, that cool pocket of air in the atmosphere will go away, and we'll see the winds shift from the north to the south. And that's really when summer heat and humidity will return to the Ozarks. That process will happen late this week and into this upcoming weekend. Let's take you hour by hour, overnight tonight. Well, there we go, kind of move very quickly through that. Basically, what we saw today, we will see repeated on Tuesday and on Wednesday. The mornings are going to start off pretty quiet. We get a little daytime heating, temperatures warm through the 70s, maybe up to around 80 degrees. And with that cold pocket of air upstairs and little spokes of upper level energy swinging through, that will generate the chance for a few showers and isolated thunderstorms each afternoon and evening. They will tend to favor areas closer to the center of that upper level low, areas like near Highway 63 and up toward Highway 54, maybe in the Camdenton area. For the 4th of July, that upper level low is weakening and is moving away. And we're going to find mostly sunny skies and just a very slight chance for an afternoon or early evening shower thunderstorm. Should be a fantastic 4th of July weather-wise. Overnight tonight, mostly clear skies, 56. That's not too far off the record low of about 52 degrees here in the Springfield area. Tomorrow we'll see an afternoon high of only 78, maybe close to 80. Kind of depends on how much sun we're able to get. There will be a few showers around, particularly to the northeast and east. And it looks like on Wednesday we'll have a little better chance for widely scattered shower and thunderstorm activity. And then that upper level low weekends moves away back to mainly dry conditions Thursday and Friday. Of course, the afternoon highs will respond to that additional sunshine. And then we get into the weekend and humidity will increase. We'll have a little better chance for a few showers and thunderstorms once again in the afternoon and evening.
All right, Jamie, thanks so much.
You bet.
Amazing feeling to win this match. The crowd was so amazing. Thank you for the support.
There was a major upset on the green grass at Wimbledon.
Dan Lewis is coming up in sports. We're going to tell you who was bounced in London, and we've got your timeout responses too next.
And now, Color 10 Sports with Dan Lucy.
A number of former Missouri Tigers will be swinging through the Ozarks in the next few weeks, and today Tiger basketball product Kim English tipped off his first ever youth basketball camp in Springfield. English is holding his camp today and tomorrow at the Fieldhouse down in southwest Springfield. Kim English played for Mizzou from 2008 through 2012. He averaged 14.5 points a game in his senior season, and the Detroit Pistons picked him in the second round of the 2012 draft. English says he loves giving back to the kids.
This is a passion of mine. I love to work with kids. I love to teach the game and hopefully inspire the youth. So this is something I definitely plan to do every summer. Again, just to try to inspire, especially the youth in the state of Missouri, a state that's given me so much. So hopefully if I can inspire these kids just a little bit, it definitely means the world to me. I'm just excited to be here in Springfield, and kids can come tomorrow, Tuesday, the 2nd, and pay half price and still be in camp.
The Springfield Cardinals' Texas road trip turned into Mission Impossible this afternoon. The Cards and San Antonio Missions wrapping up a 3-game series with afternoon ball. The Missions swept Springfield. In fact, the Cardinals went 1 for 5 on the swing through Corpus Christi and San Antonio. Springfield owned a 1-0 lead thanks to Xavier Scruggs' 20th homer of the season today. But then San Antonio tied it up in the 5th on this Adam Buschini home run. Just gets over the boards and right 1-1. And then in the bottom of the 9th with 2 outs, Johan Lamonta would belt this shot to right. It stays fair, and it's gone. A 2-run walk-off home run, and the Mission sweeps Springfield 3-1. The Cards return to Hammons Field for a 6-game homestand starting on Wednesday. Top seed on the women's side is out at Wimbledon. American Serena Williams losing to Germany's Sabine Lisicki in 3 sets. The German took the first set 6-2. Serena bounced back to take the second 6-1, but then Lisicki rallied to win the third set 6-4. The loss snapping Serena Williams' career best 34-match winning streak.
It's not a shock. Like I said, she plays really good on grass. She has a massive, massive serve. So going in there, you have to know that it's definitely not going to be an easy match playing her on Wimbledon, especially on center court.
Serena played a fantastic match. She's such a tough opponent, and it's just amazing feeling to win this match. The crowd was so amazing. Thank you for the support.
Now back to our timeout at 6 o'clock. We talked about the St. Louis Cardinals opening a series tomorrow night against Albert Pujols and the Los Angeles Angels. The first time the Cardinals have played the Angels since you-know-who joined the team a year and a half ago. You remember him, Albert Pujols. Remember, a year and a half ago, he elected to leave St. Louis and chase the big bucks in L.A. Well, I was one of those guys saying that it would be disastrous for the Cards franchise to let him go. I will admit it, I was wrong. Pujols has been a bust for most of his part in L.A. Bottom line, though, he's old, he's battled injuries. The Angels still owe Pujols $212 million for the next 8 years. I said I'm glad the Cards didn't re-sign him. I asked what you thought. Judy emails, I will always be sad about losing Albert. I personally think if he had remained a Cardinal, he would still be playing at a record-setting rate like he was known for. His heart just isn't in the game anymore. Jeff off Facebook says it was Albert's loss. The Cardinals will be great without him, but Pujols will not be great without the Cardinals. Bill emails, I knew for years he was a bum. Let the Angels deal with him. He didn't ever care about the Cardinals or the fans who tried their best to support him. Good riddance. Wow. I think Bill's just got to relax a little. And then Bob finally adds, all in all, Albert is still laughing all the way to the bank. If a player wants to leave your team, let him go. They're looking for greener pastures and big money. The Cardinals are the winners here. So thanks to everybody who emailed in, and it'll be interesting to see what happens in the next 3 days out there in Anaheim.
Well, it is true. I mean, in his case, money did talk.
Oh, yeah.
Not legacy. All
exactly.
Right, all right.
The grass isn't always greener.
That's true. Thanks, Dan.
We'll be right back.
Here are tonight's winning lottery numbers.
Last year at this time, it was extreme heat, and here we are. It's kind of extreme cool.
It really kind of is. I love it, though. I mean, I was talking last night. Last night, I was sitting outside, and I was like, this is too cool. I need a jacket. Well, it's going to be even cooler tonight with lows in the mid-50s. Well, the highs only near 80 tomorrow. Things will warm up, feel more like summertime, just in time for the board.
All right, sounds good. Thanks so much for watching and making Kettleton your choice for news, weather, and sports.
Good night.